What's going on, kids? It's
Hey.
me and your buddy Uncle Steevie here.
That's me.
Me, Calvie, and Uncle Steevie.
That's me.
And we're going live to all you kiddos out there.
All the
We got
little
some great
ones.
topics for tonight. We got
What?
Goldfish crackers. We got Hulk ketchup on the
Hulk?
list. Hulk ketchup.
I thought it was Shrek ketchup, dude.
No, there was Hulk too. It was the same
man.
thing. And then we also have chapstick coming
no,
at
you know what it was? It
There's
was
a couple
Grinch ketchup,
kinds.
dude. Grinch ketchup.
I didn't remember the Grinch ketchup.
Yeah, man.
But
It was just Shrek ketchup.
we got save that for later, man. We gotta save the best for
We're
last.
getting ahead of ourselves here.
Yeah. So the first topic here is goldfish. Now there's a couple
Goldfish.
different kinds, and I just want to say that I'm a big fan of goldfish. I like what they put out, but I'm not a fan of the flavor blasted goldfish.
Dude,
I think that
screw you, man.
I think that is just worthless.
Dude, those are my jam.
And I think that anybody who eats flavor blasted goldfish and doesn't cry while they eat them is a big flamer and should be shipped off to China with the other.
Let me guess. You like the pretzel goldfish? Is that what
I
you
just
like?
The cheddar, man. I like the classic cheddar.
The classic.
I think
boring.
there's a lot to be said for just good old cheddar, good old American cheddar.
USA. But
what
says America like
pretzel.
going overboard with the cheddar? Like just so much cheddar you can't even believe. What's so bad about that? Maybe I'm the one living. You know what?
Dude,
the cheddar just got 10 foot higher. That's what happened.
No, you listen to me, okay? The cheddar goldfish are like the run of the mill working man. It's like the nice farm American town with tractors and old people and stuff, right?
Just those,
and the flavor blasted
else.
is like the over the top gay nightclub of goldfish.
Like the San
that
Francisco,
is not
the gay
American.
Area.
Yeah, dude. That is the gay nightclub of goldfish, right? It's like more than it needs to be. It's way over the top.
I don't believe it for 1 second.
I mean, it's like you're getting molested at gay nightclub of goldfish.
Well, maybe I like that. Maybe that's I want to live
wrong.
a little. Maybe I don't want to sit in the cubicle all day eating my
vanilla. Let me tell you something else.
My vanilla goldfish, my vanilla desk job. Maybe I like to be extreme. Maybe I want to jump over the Snake River, on a motorcycle.
Maybe. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you something else. Yeah, the Snake River. I'm going to tell you something else. You know what's just as bad as the flavor blasted? That's the white cheddar goldfish.
Yeah. Okay. I'll agree with you there.
White cheddar ones.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, they're disgusting, man.
See, just like the United States.
I don't know what's worse though. I think they're both gay nightclub goldfish, but
the cheddar ones are like the ones that are into bondage.
Pick which ones.
The white cheddars, those are like the
the cheddar. Oh, the white cheddar. I was
man.
gonna say the cheddar ones are into like the cheddar ones go to church and drive a Ford truck and
the cheddar one's favorite like porn category is like women smiling. That's like their fetish. That's what the white cheddar ones like.
That's right. Yeah, the white cheddar ones are into like CP and they show up on like To Catch a Predator.
Exactly.
Chris Hansen invites them in and they got like Mike Hard lemonade and
Yeah.
And then the cops bust them when they leave. Yeah, that's what the white cheddar ones are like. They're like the porno stash, like
the Jared
To Catch a
Fogle. They got
Predator
like
pervert.
10 terabytes of it on their hard drive and.
Exactly. Yeah. All right, our next topic we're moving on to. We've explored. Oh no, actually, hold on. No, we're going back to goldfish for just a second because I want to talk about those rainbow goldfish. And now you know what I'm talking about?
I'm unfamiliar with rainbow goldfish.
No, they have them. They have rainbow goldfish, and I used to get them all the time. My little mommy would pack them up for me in my lunchy.
In your little lunchy, little mommy.
And I'd have my little lunchy with my little mommy, little schoolie, and they were a little baggy, and they're rainbow goldfish, and they're like there's like a purple one, and there's like green ones, and then the regular kind. There's
maybe because that's just because you're a little faggy. Maybe that's why.
Oh, gotta take it there.
Going there.
Coming from Mr. Gay Nightclub, flavor blasted.
Taking stabs right at my flavor blasted. I'm coming back, man. I'm gonna flavor blast all over. That's my signature move.
Oh yeah, I bet.
It's my signature move.
I bet there's a lot of flavor blasted at the Gay Nightclub of Goldfish.
You better believe it. Okay. You're not invited.
Oh, fine. I didn't want to go anyways. Okay. All right, our next topic we've got coming up is Hulk / Shrek / apparently Grinch.
Yeah, man, ketchup. Grinch ketchup, dude.
Yeah, we're talking about it. All right. So, Stefan, what's your experience with Hulk ketchup?
With Hulk, I never had Hulk ketchup, dude. I had Grinch ketchup.
It was the same thing,
yeah,
dude.
it was
They're
just green ketchup, man.
like Heinz ketchup.
As if ketchup didn't look.
But it was more than that, because it didn't just taste like ketchup. It also
tasted like
it did a little something.
It tasted like awful.
No, and we're not talking about taste.
No,
we're not talking about taste. We're talking about something that happens a few hours
What,
after you have the Hulk ketchup.
The Hulk smashed the toilet bowl or whatever.
Yeah, Hulk smashed the toilet bowl. If you wanted your poo to look like Shrek, well, now's your chance, because Shrek Hulk ketchup
Grinch
made your poos like blue.
See, I didn't like the ketchup, so I never ate it. I never got to experience the full package of the Grinch experience.
No, see, I had it a few times, and I'm not a ketchup guy. But when I was a little kid, I used to eat some ketchup, and let me tell you, if you wanted to have a teal-colored poo, that's how you got it.
I didn't have
I didn't think it was humanly possible.
I didn't have a Shrek ketchup, but what we did have was like Shrek hand soap, and the bottle was like designed where his ear was like the spout.
What color did that make your poo, Stefan?
That made it like turquoise, dude. But that's not the point.
Oh, yeah.
What I'm saying is, you like pushed on Shrek's head, and his ear would like shoot up the earwax soap.
Oh.
So it was like fancy, dude.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
You still have that?
No.
Yeah or no?
No, man. That was like in 2003.
Yeah, but his ear would shoot. Wow.
Yeah, his ear was like the soap dispenser, dude. Look it up. It's
I
real.
really like that. I think that's a great idea.
We should bring that back. Shrek 10, whenever that comes out in theaters now. Mike Myers.
I think that
that's all I can get.
There's a lot of
Saturday Night Live
there's
and
a
Shrek.
really big lag. Yeah, I think that there's a really
Mike
big
Myers
lag
and
of
Eddie
Shrek
Murphy.
merchandise. And Eddie Murphy. Shrek merchandise. Where'd it go?
We need
why
more.
Why aren't we selling Shrek Legos?
Shrek disposable cameras.
What do you think Shrek could do to get back in the game?
I think he needs to go back to his roots and go back to the swamp. Stop being a king or whatever he became. I don't know. I'd stopped watching after
I never
Shrek.
saw any Shrek past Shrek 1.
I saw Shrek 2, which is arguably better than Shrek 1.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? Because Shrek 1, I'm pretty sure had
They had
Hey
Smash
Now
Mouth.
You're a Rockstar by Smash Mouth.
It
had
That I Saw
And
Our
I Saw Our
Face.
Yeah.
Yeah, that song.
It had a dragon.
Yeah.
It had a donkey making waffles.
Yeah. Do your best donkey impression.
My best donkey? Like a real donkey or like an Eddie Murphy donkey?
Eddie Murphy. Not a real donkey.
Oh. Okay. Oh, baby. I'm Eddie Murphy donkey. And in the morning, I make you waffles. That was not very good.
What did you think, children?
I can't do it. Okay. Yeah.
Kids
okay,
in the
kids
audience.
in the comments down below.
Children's participation. This is your participation.
Okay, now you gotta do it. You gotta do it.
I gotta do my.
That's hot. Give me a hot Eddie Murphy, baby. Oh.
Okay. All right. Let me mentally prepare. You gotta hype me up. You gotta be like the coach before the big game. All
right, come on, champ. I know you got the Eddie Murphy impression in you. I know you can do it. Yeah, look out for that voice crack though, because he's coming for you. All right, get in there.
All right,
Ding ding.
All right, coach. And in the morning, I'm making waffles. Okay, how'd you like that one?
Wow. I don't think you laughed like that after you talked about making
waffles.
I
did. Dude, you just didn't watch the director's
cut. After he made the
You didn't watch the director's cut, man. That's what the laugh
I guess
is.
not. I guess I didn't.
Yeah, he also sounds like he's trying very poorly to do a donkey impression. That's my favorite part of the movie. That's from the second one. You wouldn't get it.
Okay, fair enough. I don't know. I wouldn't get it. I guess I'm not
You're not
a Shrek fanboy
Shrek
like
fanboy.
you. Nope. I guess I'm not. I don't like Shrek 2 and flavor blasted Goldfish and communism.
Sorry, I didn't realize this is the Friendship Destruction podcast. I thought this was the podcast for the kids.
I can't be your friend now that I know you like flavor blasted Goldfish, because that's just wrong.
We're gonna have our Mr. Rogers
I knew something smelled wrong at your house, and now I know. Now I know it's the flavored Goldfish in the pantry. I'm sure that was them wafting out.
All those records I have in my closet, dude. Those are just like a decoy. That's like a false wall. You like pull the cover up, and it's all Goldfish.
Oh.
It's all flavor
It's like
blasted.
a Goldfish vault.
Yeah. You got to pull the right one out, and it opens the secret chamber of Goldfish. There's like golden chalices filled to the brim with flavor blasted.
Wow.
Just like that.
A chalice. I know what that is. So our next topic on the list, we got a little list here.
You got a list? Do we actually have a list?
We did talk. We definitely talked about it.
Oh
after,
yeah.
or before the.
Yep.
Before.
Before, not after.
Stefan wanted to talk
me.
about how big of a fan of chapstick he is.
Oh,
and
I love
his
chapstick.
favorite type. And Stefan, now let's talk about it. What's your
talking
favorite
about
chapstick?
Are you ready to hate me even more? You ready to hate me even more?
Yeah.
I don't use chapstick, faggot. I don't have soft, supple lips. My lips are natural, baby.
You don't have soft, supple lips?
I don't. I mean, I do.
Wow, Stefan. I'm sure the babes love that.
Oh yeah. I don't have to. I don't have to.
Sahara Desert.
I don't have to
your flaky Sahara Desert, freaking bear claw lips.
My lips are like
cinnamon.
soft, like supple baby fingers. Man, they're just like I don't gotta lotion them up
those
to.
Are pretty soft.
I don't gotta like lotion them up to not to yeah. What's your favorite brand? Honey Bee Wax or whatever it's called?
What?
Beeswax?
Beeswax. You mean Burt's Bees?
Burt's Bees, yeah.
And no, it's not. I'm not into Burt's
brand?
Honey Beeswax. Okay, I'm a fan of chapstick brand. I am. Because I like to keep it simple and I like to stick with my roots.
You like to stick.
See, I feel
the stick of chap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like to chapstick to my roots, right?
Sweet.
I'm also a fan of Carmex, which is like a more liquidy, not so solid. It's not a stick, but it's more of like a pouch with a little spout on the end. And you take a little cap off and you squeeze it out. And it tastes really bad. But
then
golly,
what's the point? Dude, chapstick's supposed to you're gonna want to eat that thing, man. That's what you're supposed to do with chapstick.
You're supposed to eat it.
It's supposed to taste like lemons or something, dude. Like lemonade.
No, dude.
Chapstick.
Okay, first of all, back to the chapstick into your roots. It doesn't taste like lemons or bee butter or whatever you're calling it. It tastes like chemicals, and that's what chapstick is. And I don't need them to pretend like it's not because, and I mean, rest my case.
I do. It's got to taste like root beer.
Do you like cherries and root beer? Ooh.
I think we had donut chapstick and it didn't taste like donuts, man. It was like just chapstick.
Donut chapstick?
Yeah, dude. We used to have donut chapstick.
No, I'm gonna eat a donut.
Wow, I didn't realize we had Chris O'Neill on the podcast. That was a reference, kids. That
was really good. Yeah, that's for all the kids out there. That was from JoJo's Circus. That was my plug for JoJo's Circus. It's a really great show. It's got a clay clown and she has a dog. I think it's been a while since I've watched it, but it's a great show. You should really check it out. It's really good.
That was my plug.
That was a really good plug. You might want to put a plug somewhere, but not in this podcast. So, anyways.
So what's our next topic?
Our next topic on the list, which I definitely wrote down and I'm not just making up right now. Let's go get this list. Here it is.
There it is. I hear it.
There's the list. Can you hear that?
Yeah, I hear it.
The next topic is, are watches still relevant?
Watches.
Yeah, are watches still relevant?
You wear them on your wrist. You look at them at the time.
Now, are they relevant though? Do people need watches now with the emergence of cell phones?
Well, we have the smartwatch now, which is it exists.
Which is dumb.
It exists. That's basically what the smartwatch says. It's so you can be even more of a faggot.
Dumb. So you can, right. So you can look like a big loser.
As if you weren't pretentious
with
enough.
A cell phone on your wrist.
So there's that. There's like your watch.
I mean, like, what's the point of it? Like, you can't text on it, right? I mean, it's just a little tiny screen.
Reply. That's about it. You can't send
quick reply. So what is it like? Like, talk to you later.
Like,
or
where are?
Like, is the pre-made? Is it? Where are they? Like pre-made?
Yeah, it's
pre-made
like
text.
You say like, be there soon or something. You can answer calls on it.
Yeah. See, I don't need that. And then, You can answer call. So then what? You can like talk into your watch, or you can answer the
you
call
can
and then pull your cell phone out.
Pokemon Go with its user base that is totally not dropping and is rock solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can play that.
No. See, I don't know. I mean,
they're useless right now. That's my 2 cents.
You can check text messages on it, but what is the point of text or checking a text message with a watch on your wrist when you can just reach into your pocket and pull your cell phone out and look at? I mean, that's not that hard. Of all the things in my day that need to be simplified, that is not one of them.
Wait, you don't want to spend $500 on a watch that'll just do the same thing you can do when you pull your phone? You can pull your phone out.
I mean, if it did something really cool, if it had any function at all that I really needed, maybe I'd consider it. But we're not talking smartwatches here, though. We're talking regular watches to just tell time. Maybe have the elevation, or something like that.
You're gonna do a plug for your fancy Sunto Core.
That's right. Sunto Core, the finest in outdoor watches for the finest outdoor gentlemen like myself.
Yeah.
Are watches relevant, Stefan, or with cell phones and
I don't wear one.
In computers.
It's like I got my phone on me, right? I mean, I can do it's the same thing. It loops back. I can check the text on my watch, or I can check the time on my watch. But do I really need to wear a thing when my phone is already doing that said thing? Like, I don't need a watch. I don't need that.
Now I'm gonna make an argument for watches. Okay. Now,
fashion.
As helpful as cell phones are, no, not fashion.
Fashion.
No.
You wear a watch. You got the Rolex. You got the
we're not talking
Mercedes.
Fashion.
You got the Bentley.
We're not talking fashion.
You got the Bentley. You got the
Mercedes Bentley. We got the Mercedes Bentley.
You got the cut suit.
No.
And you got the watch.
Let's say you're wearing your cut suit tux in your
Mercedes
Bentley. Your Mercedes Bentley, and you're at your business, right?
Yeah,
and your boss
where do I
has
work?
you in a board meeting.
Where do I work? You gotta paint me a picture.
Figure out what time it is. Okay, you work at you are part of Jack in the Box corporate, and you're in a meeting right now, right? With John Jack in the Box, owner and CEO of Jack in the Box. The John Jack in the Box.
Whoa.
And you guys are having a meeting about the 49-cent tacos.
Sweet.
You guys are talking about whether you guys should blend up unwanted Chinese female babies for the meat.
I thought we already did that.
If you guys want to source it from dog food, you guys are trying to figure out which new meat product you want to go to, dog food or babies. And the CEO is there. The press is outside, and you gotta make a good image, right? Because you're the director of tacos.
Oh yeah. That's...
and the boss is looking at you for all the answers. But
me.
Lunch is coming up, and you could really go for a dead baby taco. So you want to look down at your phone to see what time lunch is. But the big boss is looking at you. John Jack in the Box.
The John
is looking
Jack
right
in the
at
box.
you. And Jack is in there too. They got Jack. He's in there. Jack is in there with his big old head.
He's just chilling there.
His stupid wife that doesn't have a big head.
Is the voice actor like wearing the suit, or is the voice actor guy just sitting next to him, like talking for him?
It's not a voice actor, dude.
Man.
That's what Jack looks like. I mean, no.
Did I just offend him?
That's Jack, man.
Appropriation?
What are you talking about? That's Jack. They wouldn't lie to us.
The Jack.
Jack sounds like that, and he actually looks like that, dude.
Oh, well, I humbly apologize.
He's there,
to
okay?
Mr.
He's there.
John
He's
Jack.
in there. Jack accepts your apology, but you can't look at your phone because the whole gang's there, man. The Jack in the Box corporate is there paying attention to you, but you need to know what time it is because you're hungry, right? You can't look at your phone, but oh look. You're wearing a watch. You can look down. You can glance down at your wrist and look. You know what time it is without offending Jack or John Jack in the Box, or any of the other big wigs like the director of Chicken Spicy Sandwiches, or anything like that. You're at work at Walmart and you're dealing with a cranky customer.
Yeah, if I'm at Walmart, dude, I'm gonna be checking my phone anyways, dude.
Okay, well, fine. I'm just saying, my point is that the watch is an appropriate way to check the time when pulling your cell phone out may not be.
You see, but in your scenario, that looped back to what I said. In your scenario, I'm with the CEOs and stuff, so I'm going to have the fancy Mercedes Bentley in the tux, so of course I'm going to have the fancy watch. See?
You mean the iWatch or whatever?
No, I'm gonna have the fancy watch. Just that's the brand, fancywatch.com. Order
what does
now.
That have to do with whether it's useful or not?
But I don't know. I'm just saying.
You saying you're gonna have a fashionable watch?
Yeah, dude.
You know, one time I was in Las Vegas and I went to the Rolex store and I got to wear a $3,000 Rolex watch, a watch that's probably worth more than my car. And let me tell you, it was dandy.
So we got a fan question here.
I felt like a big baller holler. Okay, a fan
question live from the polls. And the fan question is
from the kids.
What is the
straight from Nickelodeon Studios?
What is the rudest thing you've ever drawn? My name is Timmy and I'm aged 6. And one time I drew Dracula. That's where he ended it. He didn't sign it or anything.
What is the rudest?
What is the rudest
thing I've ever drawn?
Yeah. That's the fan question. Interpret it however you want.
One time I drew a table, right?
Yeah.
And it was Thanksgiving at Buckingham Palace, but the forks were on the left side instead of the right. And that was pretty rude, let me tell you. And I drew that, and
wow,
boy, that's how rude we get here,
man. Well,
kids, so hang on.
Well, aside from your obviously fake story, I'm gonna tell a real story for this bad boy. So,
okay.
So you buckle
That was
up.
a real story, man. I drew that.
No.
Dude. And I sent it to the queen. That's how mad I was. That's how rude I felt. I sent it to the queen.
What did the queen say?
She didn't say anything. She never replied to me.
Oh. She just had her corgi eat the letter.
Also, if the queen is listening, you can find me on christianmingle.com / queenboy69. So yeah, look me up. Thanks.
Is that for the band or for the actual queen?
That's I'm gonna leave this open ended, like a Stephen King novel. Okay. Anyways.
I didn't want to tell my story now. That's beautiful.
You got to now, man.
Okay. All right. Anyways, my fake story is one time for some reason me and my sister were just drawing and we're in the living room, right? I don't know where my parents are, but we're drawing pictures of Abe Lincoln, and we decided to give them genitalia for some reason.
Oh, that's what me and my brother did that all the time, man.
No, but we took it one step further and we hung them on the fridge and then proceeded to draw Abe Lincoln's wife and hang her on the fridge. So that's the rudest thing.
And they had genitalia?
Yeah, man. They were full on Abe Lincoln wieners right in your face, dude.
What does an Abe Lincoln wiener have that just a regular wiener doesn't have?
Well, the ones we drew were kind of bent like Chris Chan, so if that gives you a mental image, then
oh.
Yeah.
How old were you? 7? What were you, 20?
Yeah, it was yesterday, dude. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh.
That's why I brought it up. I just wanted to brag.
That's impressive, man. That's impressive. I mean, of all the wieners out there, the most honest.
You can't tell a lie, man.
You cannot tell a lie. Abe had a pretty bent wiener. I cannot tell a lie. My wiener is bent like the cherry tree. Oh no, that was what's his face.
That was George Washington.
George Washington chopping down the cherry tree. That's right.
What do you think his wiener looked like, dude? Do you think he was circumcised?
Okay. I would think not, man. I think he was probably al natural.
Al natural.
Okay, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
What kind of maniac just decides to go chop down a tree and I've got trees in my yard, and never once have I felt the impulse to go cut one of them down.
You never just chop down a tree just to chop down a tree? I totally have.
I mean, I've chopped down a tree, but I've never chopped down one of the trees in my yard.
Well, was it in his yard? Was it at the White House or something? The White House?
It was not at the White House. No, I did not chop down one of the trees.
No, I didn't say the White House. I said the White House.
I can see why you think I'd chop down one of the trees at the White House, but no, it was not one of those. So
darn.
Yeah, thanks for your question, Timmy.
Wow, Timmy, I think that was his name.
Yeah, forks on the left and Abe Lincoln's wiener.
Age 6.
Oh, right. we got another fan question coming in.
Who's this?
This one's from Joey, your mom's ghost boy, 54.
Man, what a cool
great
name,
username,
dude.
Joey. What a great username. I wonder who made that up. And he's got a question for us here.
What do we lay it on me, Joey? What do you got to say?
Joey is asking. His question says,
"Lay it on me."
Dear Uncle Steevie.
That's me.
Would you rather bang a porcupine or a jellyfish?
Well, it's just for me, not for you.
No, just for you. He wants to know from you.
Oh, okay.
From his favorite star.
Well, you gotta come about this two ways. A jellyfish is like, is that even like alive? Basically, it's just like this, like this thing in the ocean.
Yeah.
Whereas a porcupine has like a brain and feelings, dude. So I'm gonna have to go with the jellyfish.
I like how you're being so selfless here. Because banging a jellyfish would not be pleasant for you.
The porcupine, I mean, dude. At least
I know,
but
I like how you're thinking about their feelings. I like
just
how
gotta be moral, dude.
You're considering their feelings for him, man. That's really
moral.
admirable that you would take one for the team and bang the jellyfish.
Well, you don't have to go at it from like the tentacle side, dude.
You think you might make the porcupine sad? Like, that's a great question.
Thanks.
A great question.
Thanks
from Francis.
How old is Francis?
I think he's like 40. Thanks, kid.
Thanks. Yeah.
Keep dreaming.
Thanks, children.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh.
Remember, kids, if you're gonna do bestiality, be moral.
Okay. Do you think you could go to jail for banging a jellyfish? To be honest,
I doubt it. They'd probably just think you're like retarded or something and just walk away. Park ranger's not gonna be like, all right, sir, come with me. The Coast Guard or whoever's in charge of monitoring jellyfish.
Do you think it's possible to abuse a jellyfish? Like, do they feel anything?
Can you abuse what can't feel? Is the real question. I'm sure PETA would have a field day.
They can't feel. You know, I got a jellyfish story for you.
Do you?
I got a couple sea critter stories, but I actually do have a jellyfish. I'm not making this up. Actually, this is a real jellyfish.
Give me your jellyfish story.
So I was fishing in Alaska, right?
Yeah.
And this is just to highlight how dumb and unfeeling jellyfish are.
Again, why I picked the jellyfish.
So. What?
Again, why I picked the jellyfish.
What?
That's why I picked the jellyfish from Francis's question.
Oh, that's why. I thought you asked why I picked the jellyfish. I'm like, we were talking about it. I got a jellyfish story, and now's my time to tell it.
All right, tell this bad boy.
Tell the kids. Okay, so I was a young lad of maybe like 12 or 13. Not that matters, but I was fishing in Alaska, out in the sea. We were deep sea fishing on like this charter boat.
Yeah.
And I kept seeing these little red things floating in the water, and I thought it was like algae or something. You know, it was like this kind of clear reddish stuff, and it kept floating by in the water. And we were out at sea, me and my dad and my brother, and we had our poles down in the water, and these little red things kept drifting by the boat every so often. We'd come through like a patch of them, you know, every so often. It's like, wow, what are these little red things? I thought it was just like algae or something, some kind of like some crap just drifting through the water, right?
Yeah.
And we were fishing for like really big fish, so we had really big lures, and we had to have the poles really down low.
How big?
Like super deep.
How big?
How big were the fish? Or
no, the lures. The children need to know.
So we did have this one lure, and it was this little brown. It was like this little brown thing.
Oh, watch yourself.
It was like tiered. Not tiered, but it. Not to be racist, but there was this little brown thing, and we called it the turd because it looked like a little poo, right? It was like, I don't know how to like explain it, but
it looked like a turd. I'm just gonna go with that mental image.
It was like a little brown cylinder, and it was like if you took, you know how there like some knives have handles like it, where if you took. Okay, let's say you made like a ball of Play-Doh. If you made a ball of Play-Doh and you like kind of sort of smashed it, and it was like sort of flat, but it's still kind of bulged in a round shape, you know, on the sides. And then you just did that on top of each other like a bunch of times. So you had like this like lumpy like pancake looking stack thing, but not flat like pancakes. That's what it looked like. It looked like a turd. was like a brown sparkly turd, right?
Yeah.
That was the lure, and we started calling it the turd. We thought it was hilarious. But anyways, the lures were maybe like probably about as big as like a probably a good sized turd.
Yeah.
They were like little squids, is what they were supposed to look like, but they were probably about as big as like a big old locker room poo.
Big old.
I mean that's
big old.
Like if you took a pair of like mid-calf socks and you like bundled them together, that was probably how big they were. That's kind of oddly specific, huh?
Yeah.
But anyways, they were down in the water. They were really heavy because there was big weights on them and stuff. That's to drop them down into the water really deep, really quickly, so you don't have to sit there and wait for like an hour for your lure to get down to however many deep.
Speaking of big turds.
Oh, God. Speaking of big turds, we've got Uncle Steevie here, who actually identifies as a big turd. He's right here in the studio. So, anyways, these little red things kept drifting by it, and one of them, it came up close to the boat, and it had little arms coming off of it. And I asked the guy on the boat, "What is that?" He said, "Oh, they're jellyfish," and they were just idly like running into the boat, and then they like just kind of crumple up and then drift away. And one of them swam right into one of the fishing lines that was pulled like tight because
it's sunk down.
They're like because it's heavy. Yeah, it's sunk down and it's really heavy. And one of them just swam right into it and cut itself right in half. And the two halves of it just kept pulsing.
Yeah,
like nothing happened. It swam into this fishing line and just cut itself in half, and then just kept trying to be a jellyfish. Like I the long story short, I don't think jellyfish feel. I don't think you could abuse a jellyfish. I don't think you'd want to bang one, but you probably wouldn't go to jail for it either.
Exactly. Well, I never said I was going tentacle side, man. They cut in half that easy, dude. You can just go from the top.
Dude, you would poke a hole right through that fool, man. Yeah. You would punch a hole right through. I'm sure they're. I mean, I guess. I think you'd probably just poke a hole right through. It'd be like.
Exactly.
I mean, I think if that one could cut itself in half on a fishing line, just drifting into it, I'm pretty sure you would poke a hole right through and you get some tentacles. You get the business. I don't think there's a good way to go about the jellyfish, but I'm glad that you were thinking about the porcupine's feelings.
Take one for the team.
And I'm glad that you chose the jellyfish
because it shows baby in half with my fishing line.
Shows some real integrity on your part.
Wow, beautiful. We've got a question here this is from Jake. That he doesn't have.
Jake from State Farm.
Jake from State Farm, age 47, asks, have you ever farted in public, and how did it go?
Have I ever farted in public?
And how did it go? That's what Jake from State Farm
And how
asks.
did it go?
Yeah.
Yes, and it went well.
Great. Next question. No, go ahead. We gotta dig into this baby.
Okay, all right. There's this one.
Do you have any outstanding fart in public stories that you?
I have a really outstanding fart. It was a really good one. It was one of my proudest fart moments.
Oh yeah.
It was in high school freshman year of PE, and we had this really mean coach named Mr. Sacolarius.
Oh boy.
And he was yelling at us all to stay really, really quiet because we'd been talking too much during our like pre-PE stretches. And what happened was we were all super silent, laying, and we would like lay on the gym floor to do our like laying down exercises, right? We'd do like high knees across the gym, and then we'd all like go to our spots. We'd all be like laid out
I think by last name. Yeah.
Like alphabetical order of our last name. Yeah. And we'd all like have like a couple of foot like radius around us on the floor. And we were all laid out on the floor, and we were doing leg lifts, and we were all in trouble, so we were completely silent. And one time, one of my leg lifts, I was straining because I was getting the most out of that workout because I was
you gotta get swole.
Gotta get swole, right? Gotta work those glutes.
Gains for days.
And yeah. And I in this dead silent gym with probably like 50 or 60 people in there, I lifted my legs and let just a short little, good old country fart, just a good old
hometown fart.
a little hometown country, like the cheddar goldfish of farts.
Exactly.
I let it go as I lifted my legs, and I just gave a little. But everybody heard it. You betcha. Everybody in that gym heard it, and everybody erupted in laughter. And I wasn't even ashamed that it was me, and they all knew it was me, and I was fine with it. I was proud.
Well, if that's the classic cheddar of goldfish of farts, I'm gonna tell the extra cheddar, and you know exactly.
You're gonna tell the flavor.
You know exactly what the story I'm gonna tell.
I think I do.
Because you were there. You were a witness.
I was there. I think I witnessed that fart. I think I was an accessory to that fart.
To the third grade fart heist of '97. Or 2003 or whenever that was. But anyways, so me and Uncle Calvie here, we're both in third grade, and it's story time. So we're all sitting around. The teacher's reading to us, and we're all like gathered around. Yeah, we're on the floor. That's a good. It's
like circle time. Yeah.
It's circle time. So we're all like gathered around the teacher, and she's reading us whatever story you get read, like Uncle Bunkle's clocks or whatever the stories were. Anyways, so we're just sitting there, and I feel the urge. You can feel the big one's building up. So I feel it, and I lean over to Calvin, and I say, "Hey, pull my finger." To which he replies, "What did you say? You can fill in the details here."
Okay, so he looked over at me, and he said, "Pull my finger." And I said, "Why?" What did you say?
I said, "No, just pull my finger," or something along those lines.
He said, "Just do it." And I did it.
and
I pulled that
oh
finger.
Boy, the Satan rose from the ground and unleashed his fury, man. I'm telling you, that was
demons rose up through the cracks, through the fissures in the ground.
that was a fart not to be messed with. That was like, if there was a level above.
That one showed up on the Richter scale?
Yeah, man, they registered like a 5.3 that day, and everybody looks back because they all knew. They knew who was the alpha that day because of that fart, and this prompted the teacher. So she's
the teacher sensed your rise to power.
She knew.
She sensed that you became the king for a moment, and she had to snatch power from you quickly.
It was like, look at me, I'm the captain now type of moment. That's what that fart said. So she makes us all go back to our desks and proceeds to lecture us for an hour on if we're gonna fart, we got to go to the bathroom to do it. And kids were getting in trouble like left and right because they started laughing because you're in third grade and farts are funny, and they still are. But so anytime somebody laughed, she would scream at the kid to that it's not funny, and that there is the story.
And I think she did make you go to the bathroom.
Yeah, she did. If anybody had to fart, they had to be like, "Yeah, I go."
She said that a fart meant that you had to go to the bathroom, and then she sent you to the bathroom, and you were supposed to feel shame going to the bathroom, but there was no shame. There was only a gleam in his eye.
There was a twinkle in old Uncle Stevie's eye that day.
That's right. Okay, we got our last question here.
What's that?
From our biggest fan.
Our biggest fan?
Who's our biggest fan?
Who's our biggest fan?
From a squeezy Jeffrey Davis.
Whoa.
He's 93 from West Chancellor, Ohio, and he's calling in.
Is he?
He wants to know.
Is he the one that kept calling me faggot on the forums?
Yeah, he is.
Oh.
And on the forums.
All right.
I don't know what forums, but he was calling you that.
Our forums.
He wants to know, what did Danny DeVito do on New Year's?
On New Year's. Well, let me tell you, I was there.
Oh, you were there?
You see, it was a cold December night, and I was there, and I was at this bar.
It was?
The bar was called, what was the bar called? You were there the other day.
It was called Dirty Daniel's Dungaree Ducks.
Yeah, that's the one. Dirty Daniel's Dungaree Ducks. So I was there.
Dungaree.
Dungaree. It's Dungaree.
Dungaree. Dungaree. Okay, Dungaree.
Dirty Daniel's Dungaree's doubloons. So I'm there, and
okay, yeah.
Who walks through the door but none other than the trash man himself, Danny DeVito. There he is. And he proceeds to order a pint of the special of the night, which was
a pint.
A pint.
That's
yeah.
Wow, pint, huh?
He orders a pint of the special, which was just which was none other than the Danny DeVito himself, which is which is a tomato in some Diet Coke. That's the Danny DeVito. And he was there, and that's what he ordered, right? And we all counted down, and that's the story of Danny DeVito on New Year's.
Wow, that Danny, a man to be admired.
So what did Danny DeVito do on New Year's on your end?
What did he do in my reality?
Yeah, the questions for both of us.
In the Calvin dimension. Yeah. What in Calvin's dimension? What did Danny DeVito do on New Year's?
Exactly.
Boy, let me think. Because I faintly remember it, but it needs to come back to me, because I know I was hanging out with Danny DeVito that night and not crying in my room sad. But so there was a pool party. There was this rich kid having a pool party, right?
What was his name?
And I was at the pool party. His name was Pritchard Thong, and he was having a pool party. Pritchard Thong, and he was having a pool party at his giant mansion with a pool.
Yeah.
And
big old mansion.
His big old mansion, and there was whores everywhere.
Ooh.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Whores as far as the eye could see.
Now it's a mansion party.
And it was really cold, so it was not a good night to have a pool party. But let me tell you, the nipples could cut diamonds.
They could cut right through them.
Yeah.
Just straight on
right through them with a nipple. I think there were maybe a few eyes poked out that night due to hard nipples. But anyways, I was partying. I had girls all over, and Danny DeVito came in and
every which way.
Yeah, he came in. He was dressed up. He was dressed up like a vampire bat, and he jumped in from a helicopter hovering above.
He didn't notice him. He just,
hey, you dirty whores. No, I didn't notice him. I didn't notice him until he jumped out.
It was one of those electric helicopters.
Yeah, it was one of those really quiet ones. It was the Prius model.
Yeah.
It was the Prius helicopter, and he jumped down and he said, listen, dirty whores. If you want to go to Browntown, Danny DeVito's here." And all the whores that I thought I was gonna bang that night, they went over to Danny. They went up in his chopper. And he stole the whole pool party.
All of them.
And then everybody.
Every single person, even Pritchard.
Everybody.
Pritchard, whatever we called him.
Pritchard Thong.
Pritchard Thong, yeah.
Yeah, Pritchard Thong. He took him along with him.
Wow.
And I was left there
all alone. He didn't take
once again foiled by Danny. And I'm sure
every time.
I'm sure that next time we do this, I'll have another story about when Danny foiled me, because let's be honest, it happens almost every week to me. Danny's always sharking my game left and right.
Yeah.
So anyways,
Danny,
thanks for that question. I forgot what your name was, Phyllis or something. You're like 80, but thanks, Phyllis, for the question. It was a really good one.
That was a real zipper.
It was a real zipper of a skipper.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks for joining us on Gilligan's Island.
Wow.
Next time we're gonna be making a cell phone out of coconuts, and Stefan is gonna juggle
hammocks
for us, and he's gonna juggle hammocks for us. So thanks. Tune in next time.
Don't forget to thank your local.
No, don't forget. Don't forget.
Oh, okay. Just don't forget.
Oh. Don't forget.
Edit. It's just okay.